Okay, so I love oatmeal cookies, and I am actually in my home. My mom is right there making that noise. But anyway, I'm going to see how can I make this. My mom is running. How can I make this Quaker oats? Quaker oats vanishing oatmeal cookies, and it says 6 tablespoons of butter. Anyway, I am using a Vermont kosher butter. This is real butter. Sea salt. Let's see. I'm gonna see if that kicks on the flavor. So 6 tablespoons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so you know, my friends, that is this is very easy to do because if you use a stick of butter, on the side it has, you see, it measures the tablespoons. Can be easier than that, so just use 6. Let's see, and then it has to be softened. So let's do that. Let's soften the butter with the room temperature. And you can usually, if you leave them outside for a few minutes, 10-15 minutes before, it should be softened. So I am going to take this, I'm gonna leave it here. Okay, next ingredient is 3/4 cup of firm packed brown sugar. Well, so for the brown sugar, I went to the store and I wasn't sure which one to get. So, but anyway, I have this one. Okay, it says dulce de caña. I'm going to assume that's the brand, dulce de caña. But what I like, it says non-GMO and it's verified. So it's brown sugar or azúcar morena. Morena azúcar. So let's see. It says 3/4 cup, and I have my measuring cup in here for 3/4. That's Manhattan outside barking. Who knows what she wants? Okay, so 3/4 is about that. Okay, you have 3/4, and then you're gonna mix that brown sugar with the softened butter. By the way, I don't have my mixer here. I'm gonna do this by hand. Pray for me. Okay, let me leave that over there so it's softened. So the extra brown sugar, I don't want it to waste. I know there is something that you put inside to keep it from getting moist and turned into a block. If you guys know what it is, please mention. Put down in the comments so I can look for it. I mean, right now, just the top of my head, I don't remember. I know that's something that you can put in here so the sugar doesn't get hard. And then the next time I'm gonna use it, it's going to be like a block and it's a headache. But okay, so that's that. Now I need 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. Oh, so let's do 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. It's good that you put your measuring cup on the table, on the counter, even, so that way when you are measuring the ingredients, it's accurate, or as accurate as possible. So I have a cup of granulated sugar, which is the regular sugar, the white one. I know it's not the healthy one, but Okay, so I'm gonna mix the granulated sugar with the brown sugar. Gosh, that's a lot of sugar. So this is how it's looking. Let's see the chunks of butter. The butter is melting. It's gonna completely melt with the egg and the sugars. And it's supposed to create this paste that is gonna be great when you have the flour. It's going to melt and cling together. Okay? It's the gluten. It's gonna be the gluten of the cookies. And the butter. Uh, the butter obviously, with the room temperature starts melting and softens. So it has this mix with the sugar that is almost like a buttercream, but uh, it's not for icing the cake. This is gonna be for our delicious oatmeal cookies. So let soften in there. It's gonna keep melting. So my next ingredient is vanilla. Oh, 2 eggs. Oh, we have eggs. Let's get the eggs. And I have cage-free eggs, brown eggs. I'm gonna have 2 good eggs. Okay. They are coming straight from the refrigerator, but I prefer them out of the refrigerator few minutes before. So, and these are cage-free, and this shows, has the vitamins, a very healthy eggs. I don't know much about eggs, but trying to get good quality ingredients, and I think that that's key because the quality of your ingredients is going to affect the taste and the quality of your cookies, of course. In this case, the oatmeal cookies. You guys can't see, but my mom is at the other side of the counter watching me. In my kitchen in New York, I have my KitchenAid, which is very easy when you're cooking or preparing, anything. But I don't have it here, so my mixes are by hand. It says power. Okay. And then let's continue with the ingredients. Vanilla. Can you pass me the vanilla, mommy? Vanilla. Not the dog, but the vanilla. And now I need 1.5 cup of all-purpose flour. Okay. All-purpose. You saw my refrigerator? Junk. Okay, and then I'm going to use all-purpose. I have gluten-free flour. Usually it's like the almond or it's gluten-free rice. But I want to do this the old-fashioned way. And I found this brand. I think that if you find King's flour, Pillsbury, this one is not bad, but okay. Let me see how much he said. 1.5 cup. Okay, so I have 1 cup. I had the sifter. I like to sift it so it's not, it doesn't have any bumps on the cookies. Okay, I'm gonna use a fork on the sifter so that way the flour, you see? Oh, it's like snow, but it's flour. So that way it's not clumps of flour. And yeah, this is beautiful. I'm gonna show you how it looks in a few. It's 1.5, so I still need half a cup here. Okay, just a little bit more. Half a cup again through the sifter, and use a fork, and then just move. You see, that is going to avoid for you to have clumps of flour in your cookie. You don't want to do that, because then when you eat it, then that's what you taste, the clumps of flour. Okay, pretty much that's done. Just bring the flour back to the refrigerator. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna show you how it looks. The flour, and now we're gonna start mixing. And mix everything. Mix, mix, mix. Okay. So you're gonna see, okay, that it's turned like into almost like a pastry flour with the ingredients that I've been mixing by now. Okay, we're gonna continue. Okay, so you see it's like a pastry flour, but I haven't finished adding all the ingredients. So it says that I need a teaspoon of vanilla. I have this, it's a gift from Dinosta. So teaspoon is pretty much this size. So cute, right? This is my teaspoon. And then I need a teaspoon of vanilla. We're gonna mix that here. Okay, oh, so pretty, look, it's a nice mix, right? Then spread it all around. Okay, and I'm using vanilla imitation. It's not real, it's not the real vanilla, the imitation, but I guess it can do the work. And then I'm mixing. I'm going to use now baking soda. 1 teaspoon also. Okay. So again, let's get our teaspoon. And then I'll do this in here, so that way I make sure that I don't pass the quantity that I'm supposed to throw in there. So I'm just going to sprinkle it in there. Okay. And again, mix, 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 mix. Now I need ground cinnamon. Also have a teaspoon. Have cinnamon in here, but I have this little envelope, and I need only half a teaspoon, so that would be this one. Okay. Again, on the side, just to make sure that you don't mess up and doesn't go over the quantity that you need, and then just sprinkle over the flour, and then we're gonna mix again. It's hard doing it by hand. So much better. I miss my KitchenAid right now badly. Okay. We're going to add the oatmeal. Okay, I have some oatmeal here. It's another brand. It's not the Quaker Oats, which is the one that I prefer. But it's oats. Let's see how much I need. 3 cups. Oh wow. Okay, so 3 cups. gonna do 3 cups. By the way, uh, this is the brand I'm using. I normally like Quaker Oats, but I don't know what I have. I think I had this and I said, let me just try it. Um, this one, just because I'm curious to see if it has the same taste. Um, going against my belief of using the best ingredients, but um, I really can't tell if this is good or bad. We'll see. I'll let you know. Now, this is what we call in Puerto Rico power muñeca. You have to mix the dough with the oatmeal very well. Okay, and this is not an easy task to do by hand. If sometimes the machine by now you will see it that it turns like into a bubble, like in a hard dough, because the liquid that it has is pretty much from the butter and the eggs that are acting like the gluten to hold everything together. In this case, the oats with the flour, of course. Uh, but this is what it's starting to look like. It's pretty similar when you see on the KitchenAid. It's just that by hand, it takes a little bit more effort. Okay, to do. Let's see. By the way, this is not for the dogs. These are human oatmeal cookies. Okay. Wow. Ah, it's tiring. I'm not gonna lie to you. Again, with the KitchenAid mixer, makes it look effortless and so easy, but not the same when you do it by hand. See, kind of rough. Uh, by now you can add, this is the third cup. By now you can add other ingredients that you find would like to see in your cookies, or walnuts. Everything tastes good with walnuts. So I found this bag again, you know, going to test. Has a lot of omega-3. A source for omega-3, no preservative, vegan. So let's see. You can probably add a cup of walnuts to your recipe. You're gonna do a lot of, let me see. Excuse me. Ah, great. So I'm gonna throw a couple of walnuts to my oatmeal cookies, just because I love walnuts. Okay, this is how it looks. Okay? When you bite these cookies and it has like a little piece of walnut in it, oh man, yum, yum, yum. Oh my god, it's absolutely amazing. Oh, delicious. And then to give it another extra kick, again, let's I have some coconut flakes. Okay, it gives also a kick to the cookies, and this is just me. That these ingredients are not even listed on the recipe, but this is me adding this stuff. I just add flakes of coconut, the dry. Look, it's really good. Let me see to show you. They look fresh. Hmm? See? So I'm going to sprinkle my mix, my dough, with some coconut flakes. You can omit these ingredients if you don't like them, of course. To me, they are imperative to have on my oatmeal cookies. Coconut and walnut. And some good raisins, of course. So I'm going to look for my box of raisins and I'm going to add them here. This is just, wow, so amazing. I'm going to show you. I mean, again, this is not easy to mix by hand. So if you have a machine, I strongly encourage you to use it. But, okay, so let's see. So you have an idea how it's looking? Yeah? That's a lot of cookies. So I have my cup of raisins. I love it. Huh? Oh, delicious. Okay. Yep. And there they are. So to my oatmeal cookies, I have added walnut, coconut, and raisins. Okay, that's it. And pretty much this is how the dough looks. So by now I have the oven warming up at 350, okay? And I have my pan ungreased. I'm going to place an ungreased cookie sheet my mixes, my cookie balls. Okay, now I am noticing that it might be a little too dry, so I am going, because it has to be a little bit more softened, and I know that has to do a lot with the fact that everything got mixed by hand, so it doesn't give you the best consistency. But I want it to be a little bit more softer, so I got a little milk. You can get, have an idea. I don't want it to be creamy. I just want to bind the flour a little bit more, so that way I can form balls with my spoon to be able to place in the cookie sheet to bake the cookies. So once you add the liquid, you can see the consistency changes, of course, obviously. You added more liquid to the dough. Still, it's not as soft as I would like. It cannot be liquid. This is not this is a dough that pretty much stays like a clay. But I find it yet not uh, in the consistency that I like. You see, it's a little bit softer. You can see, you can move it, but I think it could do. It could be better. It's a little bit. It could be with a more clayish feeling. So you can add water, but I have decided to use milk instead. Um, Note that the milk is going to change the consistency of the clay, the flavor, the ending result is different as if you use water instead. Okay, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, and I'm liking more what I'm seeing. See, so now I can grab it by the spoon. See, I have a mess, but I think you can see, it's much better, the dough. In the machine, it will be a lot easier. Now, to make the, let me see if we can do this here. I'm gonna try to have this way so I can show you. Let's see. Just to show you, uh, a couple of them to be done. Okay, I try to do it here so you can see. Uh, you're gonna need 2 spoons. Okay, mix. Make sure that is mixed through, and then on every spoon that you get, you acquire coconut and walnuts and raisin, right? You want to make sure that you have everything in that spoon. You see, has all the ingredients in there. So when you bite the cookie, you have you taste these flavors into it. So you make a little bowl with your spoon, with the bowl spoon. Okay, make a little bowl, and then you're gonna go and then just push it and drop it there. Easy. Again, mix. Make sure that uh, you get a good spoon. Okay, make a bowl with the other spoon that give you uh, kind of the same dimension of the cookies, so they are average the same size. And then again, once you have it, okay, you got to do the cookie, and then you go in there. Let me see, you can do it, see it here. Oh, here, okay, I'm gonna try. So with the other spoon, you push it out, and there, okay? Leave them like a inch. It could be less than an inch, but just to give you an idea. So now I am just going to grab all of these, and let me just make all my spoons and make sure again walnuts and raisins and coconut, everything is in my spoon. Everything is in my spoon. So when I eat the cookie, I have explosion of flavors. Again, I want you to try the recipe. Uh, it's called Vanishing Oatmeal Cookies by Quaker Oats. I did not use Quaker Oats, but it's by them. They have the best recipe for oatmeal cookies. And then of course I added my own ingredients. You can do that too. You can add or play with uh, things in the kitchen that you like and that can be added to the cookie. Chocolate oatmeal, no, that could be another one. Cranberry oatmeal, no? Anything you like. In my case, it's oatmeal, walnut, and coconut. Ah, but give it a try. It's fun, it's delicious. Um, if you want a healthier version, of course, you can do some substitutes when it comes to the sugar. You can have a substitute on the flour. I mean, pretty much you can change to ingredients that you feel are more healthy for you. Um, wanted to do something that is close to the original, besides my own ingredients. Yeah, I don't know if I can say that is close to the original, but I did use the original recipe with the list of ingredients. I just added my own. Pretty more much 13 by 9. You can have like 15 cookies in there or so in the tray. I'll show you. I leave good space, like an inch in between, because once it starts baking, the cookie spreads and it needs room to grow. But this is a delicious cookie. You can have it in the evening with some tea or with milk. Mhm. They are delicious. They're really delicious cookies. Look, I have coconut everywhere. Okay, and then yes, one more. Let me have this one with a lot of raisins in it and walnuts. This one's for me. Okay. So I have, and then we're gonna continue doing this with this. This is pretty much how my tray looks. Okay. You see the size uniform because I follow the spoons as a measuring, and then so they're pretty much the same size. And now the oven is ready at 350, and I'm going to place my tray. Prepare the other tray with more cookies. So if you try the recipe, let me know how the cookies come out and how do you like them. What do you think? I would love to see pictures. Again, this is not for the dogs. These are human cookies. You don't want to give it to your dog because it has lots of sugar, and that is not good for them. The sugar is not good for them. The raisins are poisonous. Don't give them raisin either. So pretty much this cookie can kill them. So this is not for the dogs. But I love the consistency. You see, it's a little bit more softer now because of the milk. So it's such a beautiful cookie dough, and I can't wait to try it. I'm going to be making some decorated cookies over the weekend, and I'm going to be baking a cake too, so I'll try to share. I just try to keep them on the same size, and besides that being visual and giving it like a nice look, it also helps when it's in the oven cooking, because if you have a different size cookie when it's in the oven, it could take more or less, a few seconds here, a few seconds there, can affect the structure of the cookie because of its baking. Few seconds can be a matter of raw cookie or burn cookie. So see, they're all the cookies I'm doing at the same size, same spoon, and it looks so pretty. I'll show you how pretty it all looks because it's uniform, and it should take the same amount of cooking for each tray. So right now the cookies are cold. There's like half of the process that you missed, but let me just explain to you how did it go. I baked the cookies at 350 for 11 minutes. The recipe calls for 10, but because I added the extra ingredients, and also I think that my oven is a little off, I think my second tray I have to have it for like 13 minutes in the oven, so the cookies were fully cooked inside. How do you know when they're cooked? Besides the timing that you have, that you need to have them in the oven, you'll see that they have like a nice crust, like a golden crust all around, and then you can hold the cookie. They're all proportionate to the size because I used the spoon to measure. Yeah, and I made about 36, yeah, let's say like 3.5 dozen of oatmeal cookies. Now, like I said, the cookie is golden around, you can tell, okay? It has, you can see the raisins, you can see the walnuts, you see the coconut, you see all the ingredients in it when you're gonna, and then when, but even that is golden and it is crusty on the other side, but when you open it, I want to show you, see, it's soft inside, and that's the best part. Look at this cookie inside. Do you see all the ingredients in there? Look, the walnut, the raisin, it's just mouth watering. So now I have cooked this for a while. Mmm, delicious. I probably um I will use a darker sugar. I think the brown sugar that I use is too light, and the darker one, mm, the darker sugar will give you that flavor of molasses, um, which I know it sounds like pure sugar, like it's extremely sweet, but not really. The molasses has this smoke flavor uh, when the sugar, the brown sugar when it burns, it gives that, like this stuff flavor that is quite interesting. But nevertheless, I like it. Oh, mm, I want you to see. Okay, the walnut, the raisin, the strips of coconut. You see? Mm. Mm, mm, mm. I have these glass jars that I like, and I think it helps conserve the cookies inside. They're very airtight. That's important. You don't want the oxygen to get inside because then the cookies can get stale and cannot hold too long. So a nice glass jar with a nice rim, and make sure that it has this so we close it perfectly. There's no air going inside, and the cookies can last there 2 weeks easy. But if they want, I guarantee someone is gonna eat them. Hopefully not me. But guys, thank you for watching. I just want to have some fun baking cookies and show you what I do for fun. So let me know if you try it and how they come out. Okay? Bye.